طلب العلم فريضة على كل مسلم على كل مسلم.
Good morning students, welcome back again to our YouTube channel, and today's our topic is Ohm's law. So we studied about the potential difference and electric current in our previous videos. So this Ohm's law is based upon those previous topics. If you can recall the potential difference and the concept of electric current, then you will be able to understand what is Ohm's law. My dear students, suppose there is a conductor, suppose there is an iron rod and I am joining that iron rod with a battery. So if in that iron rod the potential difference across the two terminals is, suppose that is 30 volt, and the current, the amount of current which is flowing across the conductor is 5 ampere. Suppose this happens in a circuit, there is a conductor and the potential difference across the two terminals of the conductor is 30 volt. I am giving an example. Okay, suppose there is a conductor and across its two terminals the potential difference is 30 volt and the amount of current which is flowing across the conductor is 5 ampere. Then my dear students, suppose if I increase the potential difference, if I increase the potential difference from 30 volt to 60 volt, or I can say that I am just doubling this potential difference. Okay, the value of the potential difference is becoming double, so the amount of current will also become double, 10 ampere. If I am again increasing the potential difference from 60 volt to 120 volt, that is the amount of potential difference is again becoming double, then the amount of current will also become double, 20 ampere. So my dear students, what do you conclude from this example? My dear students, what do you conclude from this example? This example tells us that the potential difference V across the ends of a conductor in a circuit is directly proportional to the electric current I flowing through it. The potential difference across a conductor in an electric circuit is directly proportional to the electric current flowing through it. How much potential difference is flowing in that circuit? There will be an amount of current flowing. Okay, so if I am increasing the voltage or I am increasing the potential difference, the amount of current will also increase. This is what you studied about the directly proportional. What is directly proportional? What this term tells us, directly proportional, that if I am increasing the value of a quantity, and in that respect if the value of another quantity also increases, then these both quantities are said to be directly proportional to each other. Similarly, in the case of a conductor, if the potential difference is directly proportional to the electric current, so the potential difference is directly proportional to the electric current. Now we can say that V upon I is equal to constant. Sir, how can we understand this? How did you tell us that V upon I is equal to constant? My dear student, let us consider an example. Suppose the potential difference across the terminals of a conductor is 30 volt, and suppose the amount of current which is flowing through the conductor is 5 ampere. So what will be the ratio of potential difference to the current? My dear students, that will be 5 1 5, 5 6 30, that will be 6. That will be 6. And now, my dear students, if I am increasing the potential difference, if I am increasing the potential difference from 30 volt to 60 volt, then by Ohm's law, the amount of current will also increase from 5 ampere to 10 ampere. And in this case, when we cancel out 10 1 10, 10 6 60, we get the same ratio. So whatever be the value of the potential difference, if we are increasing the amount of potential difference, the current will also increase, and hence we can see clearly that here is a constant. Here is a constant 6 6 6 6. Whatever be the value of potential difference and current we are taking, here a constant will come, and that constant is known as R. What is R? R is a constant which is called the resistance of the conductor. Now, what is resistance? My dear students, resistance is the ability of a conductor to resist the flow of charges. It opposes the flow of electric current. It does not want that an electric current would pass through it. It does not want to allow an electric charge to pass through a conductor. This quality of a conductor, or this behavior of conductor, is known as resistance. Okay. So this constant is nothing but R, which is called the resistance of the conductor, and from here we obtained a formula V is equal to IR. V is equal to IR. This is Ohm's law. This equation is nothing but the mathematical form of Ohm's law. This is the definition of Ohm's law, and this is the mathematical form of Ohm's law. From here, if we know any two quantities, either potential difference or resistance, we can calculate electric current, or voltage, electric current, then we can calculate resistance. If we know any two quantities out of these three quantities, we can calculate easily the third quantity, which is unknown. Okay. So my dear students, here are some numerical problems which we are going to discuss. Example 12.3 from your NCERT book. Example 12.3. How much current will an electric bulb draw? How much current will an electric bulb draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the bulb filament is My dear students, I forgot to tell you the unit of resistance. the unit of resistance is ohm. The unit of resistance is ohm, 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 and the symbol of ohm is this. Okay, so here is given the resistance of the filament of the bulb. Okay, that is 1200 ohm. This is ohm. This is the first part. This is first part of the question. How much current will an electric bulb? How much current will an electric bulb? My dear students, what is being asked in the question? How much current? How much current? What we are going to calculate here? The amount of current. The amount of current we are going to calculate. What is the amount of current or how much current? Okay. So what is given? What are the values in which we are provided in the question? Will an electric bulb draw from a 220 volt source? What is this? 220 volt. This is the potential difference. This is the potential difference. V is equal to 220 volt. Okay, my dear students, if the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohm, resistance is 1200 or 1200 ohm. We just studied the formula for V is equal to IR. Okay, that is Ohm's law. What is Ohm's law? V is equal to IR. So my dear students, I will not calculate this. Substitute the values of R and potential difference and calculate yourself. This is your homework. Calculate the value of current. This is your homework. Now coming to the second part of the question. My dear student, the second part of the question, that is part B, example 12.3. This is part A, and example 12.3 part B is also very simple. You can easily calculate what is being asked, how much current. Also in the second part of the question, the amount of current is being asked. So there also we will apply Ohm's law and we can calculate easily. So these both parts are your homework, and now we are coming to the second question, that is example 12.4. Example 12.4. These are your homework, part A and part B. You will have to calculate the value of current yourself. This is very simple. Example 12.4. The potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt. The potential difference across terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. When it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. 4 ampere from the source. What current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? What current what current will the heater draw? Will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volts? My dear students, look at the question carefully. The potential difference across the terminals of an electric heater. Suppose this is an electric heater. My dear students, suppose this is an electric heater and these are the two terminals of the electric heater. This is one terminal and this is other terminal. These are the two terminals of the electric heater. So my dear students, the potential difference across the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt. What is the potential difference between this terminal and this terminal? The potential difference between this terminal and this terminal is 60 volt. The potential difference between the two terminals of the electric heater is 60 volt. That is V is equal to 60 volt. When it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. Suppose there is a source, there is a battery. This is the source of electric current. This is the source of electric current. And what is happening? When the potential difference across the terminals of this heater is 60 volt, the heater is drawing an amount of 4 ampere current. 4 ampere amount of current from the battery or any other source. Okay, so the amount of electric current is given. I is equal to 4 ampere. I is equal to 4 ampere. My dear students, what current? This means what we have to calculate? The value of current. Now I think you will be confused that sir, the amount of current is given here and again we are asked to calculate the current. How? My dear students, keep patience. I will tell you all the concepts behind this question. What current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? My dear students, we just studied the Ohm's law, that if we are increasing the potential difference is increased from 60 volt to 120 volt, then the amount of current will also increase. It is becoming double. The potential difference is becoming double. 60 to 120. So the amount of current will also become double. But we cannot write the answer directly. We have to calculate it. We will have to prove it. We will have to prove how the amount of current is becoming double when the amount of potential difference is becoming double. So my dear students, look here. We have two values, the value of potential difference and value of electric current. When the potential difference was 60 volt across the terminals of the heater, the current was 4 ampere. So at that condition, or in that case, the resistance of the heater will be what? According to the formula, V upon I. So we can calculate the resistance of the heater. V, that is 60 upon I, that is 4, and by cancelling out 4 1 ja 4, 4 15 ja 60, R is equal to 15 ohm. What we calculated here? The resistance of the electric heater. Now you know that this resistance is constant. Keep on increasing the potential difference and keep on increasing the amount of current. this amount of resistance will not change because this is constant, so we can use the value of that resistance here also. In the second condition, this is the second condition, when the potential difference is increased and the potential difference and the amount of potential difference becomes 120 volt, this is second condition, then in that case what will be the amount of current? So my dear students, in this case also the resistance of the heater will be 15 ohm. R is equal to 15 ohm. Keep on changing the amount of current, the amount of potential difference, no matter, the resistance will become constant. The resistance is a constant. Okay. So using again using the V is equal to IR formula or Ohm's law, we can easily calculate the value of I. V is equal to IR. Substitute the value of V and R, that is 120 is equal to I into 15, and what will be the value of I? That will be 120 upon 15. This means 15 1 ja 15 and 15 8 ja 120, that is I is equal to 8 ampere. Now my dear students, just watch carefully, just see. Obviously you can notice from here that when the potential difference is doubled, from 60 to 120, 62 ja 120, the amount of current, that is 4 ampere, also becomes double, that is 4 2 ja 8 ampere. This is Ohm's law. This example verifies Ohm's law. Okay, thank you.